Welcome to your Ankh technology tutorials. Now this video is running off the back of two video series I've just uploaded. One is called Know Your Neteru, which is all of the information, basic but potent introduction to the energies and frequencies of the gods and goddesses. And then the other video series is a temple tutorial. Now these videos were recorded some time ago and they are the pre-work. They were the pre-content that I share with all of my groups before I go to Egypt, before we walk the lands of Egypt on the tablets of light tour. So all of these videos that were recorded back then were actually content that we all have to work through before we go to Egypt to be able to align our frequencies with what's to come. Because what happens is when you go to Egypt, the energy is quite potent. So if you have not aligned or conditioned or started to call in the frequencies of Egypt before you arrive there, it can be quite jarring and overwhelming. So it's the difference of you actually coasting into the temples and actually just expanding and getting the job done that you went there to do, or running face into a brick wall and actually ended up purging because it's like, whoa, what's going on there? So that's the difference, because you wouldn't run a marathon without going to the gym. You wouldn't go and do an Ironman without doing any training. Do you know what I'm saying? So really, it's very, very important that these videos are received by my peeps before we go, to condition, to align, to open all of those portals to align with the portals of Egypt. So that's where those videos were bred from. So there are some references in those videos to do with certain meditations that you will be receiving. Hence, if you are walking with me on the tablets of light tour, I decided to share these videos anyway, and I've decided to actually share the Ankh meditation that goes with the Tablets of Light tour, purely because everybody has had such a big response to it. They're like, oh my God, I felt this. And I thought, oh my goodness, I need to share that meditation then. So the Ankh, this is the Ankh, okay? So all of us know, if you don't know, where have you been? But this is the Ankh, okay? So this is the key of life. And this is a very beautiful lapis lazuli ankh that I bought in Egypt. But this is the key of life, right? And what it represents is the cosmos and the universe and all of this. It's like the cosmic womb, okay? And then, of course, like they got the cross section here and then coming down. So in a way, it's very similar to a cross. Now, the Christian cross is representing the as above, so below. Okay, so the Ankh is a sidestep of that because it's the key of life, and the Egyptians really lived by this symbol, right? So for me, the understanding of this key is like, here's the cosmic womb, okay? Here's us with our arms outstretched. We're in the middle here, and this is basically anchoring us all the way into Gaia. So we're the physical manifestation of that cosmos, right? There are so many deep teachings of this Ankh. That is just a very basic introduction, but that's how I understand it. Now, if you kind of rewind a little bit to the Ankh and you take the stick off, as it were, and you have just that is a symbol, what we call the Shen. Okay, the goddess Nekbut or Nekbet, which is the vulture goddess, will be seen holding the Shen in her claws, like so, because it's a very, very powerful symbol. And the Egyptians regarded it as so, as Nekbet is very powerful protector of the pharaohs. So the Shen is very important, because sometimes some of the pharaohs used to wear like a golden rope like that around their necks, like that, because it was the neck is regarded as the most most vulnerable place, prone to attack and harm. So of course the Egyptians, like, if they can protect this area, absolutely perfect. And also you'll see a lot of Egyptian like pharaoh statues with Horus with his wings wrapped around the back of the neck, because that's protecting. So Horus is a powerful protector. So this is where they regarded was like, you know, the vulnerable part of the body, you know. So for them to wear the Shen around their neck, amazing, right? Now also as well, where you will see the Shen is around a cartouche. Now I'm wearing a cartouche, so I'm going to show you a Shen, which is around my name in hieroglyphs, which is protecting my name. So can you see that there? Right? So if you see, there is a line underneath there, and then obviously like an oblong circle, because that's a stretched circle. So everywhere you see the kind of like part of the Ankh in the Shen, version. But then obviously then we go into the Ankh, and that's what it looks like. So that's your backstory, very basic backstory of how the Ankh is so powerful, right? So now it's a key. It's the key of life, right? It's a protective symbol as well. And I mean, I journey through this symbol all the time. If you want to create a wish list and start manifesting. You can draw a beautiful picture of an ankh on a piece of paper. I do it often and I color it in all in beautiful colors. In fact, this is the guidance of Isis. Isis brought this guidance through, and you can put your wish list in the center here because this is the cosmic womb. Right. So if this is the cosmic womb, you would put your ideas, your visions and everything like that in the womb, because that's where we create from and that's where we birth from. Or you could physically do that. If I lay the ankh down on my desk, I could put things in the center, little notes and things like that. So this is a very, very powerful manifestation tool as well. So I encourage you to play with that, especially on today being the solstice, which is all about manifestation, which is all about creating, which is very, very transformative energy right now. So that this is now turning into a completely different video. But anyway, back to the ankh and the reference of the ankh technology, of which I've spoken about in the videos, right? So there's your backstory of the ankh, okay? Now, some time ago, some years ago, I was given a download or received a download of how to work with the ankh as far as like receiving information quickly. You don't have to know what is being streamed down to you by the cosmos. You know what I mean? But being able to receive the codes, because it's just codes, energies, and frequencies. Once we receive frequency like that, it will come through your mental body filter, and then you will start to understand it logically later on down the line. So it doesn't matter if you're feeling energy coming in. You just want to make sure that it's coming from the highest source. Once you've received the frequency and energy, later on down the line, your whole magical intelligence of energy and your system will decode it, and it will then come through to you in a way. You'll unlock it. You'll alchemically decode it down the line. So is it that we need to know in every single moment when we're receiving energy what it means? No, because that's just your human ego needing to know. Trust and know that you will be taken in the right way. It's a bit like eating really, really healthy foods or taking supplements. Do you know which organs it's really going to go to? Do you know exactly the fullness of what those herbs and powders and all those things that are good for you? Do you really know where it's going to go to and what benefits and the fullness it's going to show you? Not really, but we just trust and know, just receive. So it's a bit like that, right? Okay. So now with this is for me the masculine, what you can say, the masculine stance of the ankh, right? So this is resting phase. This is default. This is when everything's locked in and loaded. This is grounding. This is all the above. This is what it will look like. This is you, as I say. I mean, if we put it up against my body, you know, this could be like from my shoulders, from my heart up, it's connection to the cosmos. From my heart down, these are all the lower chakras, connection to the earth. So on a more bigger way, we can balance ourselves by using this ankh in this manner. So now that is divine masculine. If we turn that, okay, so if we turn that way, it then becomes divine feminine. Why? Because the womb is now down here and our connection to source is up there, okay? So we've now turned this into the divine feminine. Now the technology that I received was, this is receiving mode. This is grounding mode. So when you receive energy, you open it up like that. All of the cosmos will pour everything that you need to know in through that receiving. It'll take it into the womb there, which is the divine feminine, okay? And then when you have received, I'm even getting tingles and rushes as I'm doing this. As you receive all the wisdom from the cosmos, or everything that you felt that you needed to know in that moment, you'll actually feel like you're being filled up like a drink of water. And then once you feel that that's done, use your intuition and discernment, then you turn your ankh around and you lock it in. And then everything is received, locked off. It's a key. Open the door, unlock the door, close the door, lock it again. So that is locked in, loaded, grounded, receiving, open, right? Now, if you leave this open, this can be left open for a multitude of reasons. For example, I'm going to take you into, I said this was going to be a short video, but it's actually not. So I'm going to take you into Egypt, my most recent tour that I've just been on. Now, rewind years ago, I went to the Great Pyramid end of 2015. I think. Anyway, long time ago. Okay, 6 trips ago, right? And then I went in and I was attending somebody else's group. I didn't know much about Egypt, didn't really know much about anything really. And I went there and there was 40 of us in the Great Pyramid private visit. That was the first time I lay in the sarcophagus. It was mind-blowing, heart-blowing, all of the above. But you do not know what you do, right? So there was 40 of us in the Great Pyramid. We were told to just pick where we needed to go. I chose to be down in the subterranean chamber at the bottom, and the others went in the middle chamber, and the rest went to the top chamber, which is the King's Chamber. Now, we were told, this is where the number 7 comes in. We were told that number 7, there would only be 7 people below. Guess what? There were 7 of us below, right? You know, and I only decided to go into the subterranean chamber in the last minute. So when we were there, our job, the teacher said, those that are choosing the subterranean chamber are responsible for anchoring the Ankh. So if you can imagine a hoofing great big pyramid, right? And an Ankh the size of the pyramid. So imagine this is King's Chamber. Queen's Chamber would have been over here. And we were down here somewhere in the subterranean, anchoring and chanting and holding everybody who was also chanting in the Great Pyramid. We were in different chambers and we were anchoring it down here. So our sole purpose was to have this huge holographic Ankh that kind of spanned even beyond the size of the pyramid in. So in a way, the pyramid peak would be there. And, you know, so that was what we had to instill. Well, blow me down. This last tour that I've just been on, Toth instructed me that I was going to be turning the tablets of light grids on for the first time properly. And he took me back to that very first time in Egypt. And I was absolutely, whoa, really? And he said, yeah, why do you think you were doing that? So even though you move around the place and you think that you're a newbie and you don't know much and you're just a student and yeah, whatever, you're actually not. You know what I mean? Because there's a master inside of you that knows exactly what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And why? So that's what I went back to receive. Now, listen, this is where the magic comes in. So I said, right. He says, reconnect with that big holographic Ankh that has been sat there for 6 years, okay? Or longer, whatever. He said, you and your team, okay, your Starseed team, when you get to the subterranean chamber, which is where I turned it on all that time ago, you're going to turn it like this, like a big key. You're going to go all the way around like that, and you're going to open it. And now we're going to stream from the consciousness of the cosmos, and it's going to come all the way in. And the subterranean chamber is now down here. And this Ankh is now going to constantly receive the codes, which will feed. So we opened a massive portal. We are basically bringing in the tablets of light frequencies into the grid, which means everyone will have full access to their blueprints, their mission and purpose, all of the above, plus a whole lot more that I probably don't even understand or know. But I went with the instruction. I followed the guidance, which was very, very strong. And Toth said to do this. So that's what we did. So this is the power of the Ankh. And what it's currently doing in the Great Pyramid right now, it is streaming all this consciousness, which is why it's so powerful that I'm sharing this video and the tutorials with you, the Neteru and everything like that, for you to really tap into the consciousness of our group and join the Tablets of Light family, because I think it's really important. That is essentially my mission in this life, is to bring us all together for this reason. So now, that's the bigger picture. So now let's go into the actual exercise itself, which you can use for every day. And you will also use when you come to Egypt with me, Tablets of Light. Next tour, FYI, is in May 2025. On the dates are already set in on the 8th of May. 8th being an abundant number. So we'll be going back there to pick up what we left off with this work, this Ankh technology. So anyway, going back to now using this in times when you are challenged to receive, because it's not just going to be Egypt, you're going to be going to other sacred sites and places like that. So imagine the Ankh. So I want you to visualize this now, and I want you to visualize putting this Ankh in to your Earth Star chakra, which is about 2 feet beneath your feet in the ground. Okay, it's more important about the lower chakras rather than going all the way up. This is what's really important. We must go beyond. Sorry, there's just loads of birds flying around outside my window. Crazy bird energy. So the Ankh energy needs to go all the way into the Earth Star chakra, about 2 feet beneath your feet. I suppose in a way that could represent the subterranean chamber. So 2 feet beneath your feet, because that will automatically click into the portal of Gaia as well, because she also has a very, very specific portal that kind of connects where your Earth Star chakra ends. You know what I mean? So if you want to go the whole 9 yards, Earth Star chakra and the heart of Gaia. But as far as your energy system kind of like comes to a point, that Earth Star chakra is very important, because your Earth Star chakra holds your mission and purpose, the coordinates for that. It knows where to take you and when to take you there. So it's like your Earth Star chakra will move, and then you'll find yourself gravitating to the temples in Mexico, or it'll move and you'll find yourself wanting to go to Alaska or something like that, or even Egypt or whatever. So that's why the Earth Star is very, very important. So imagine your Earth Star chakra, your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, high hearts, let's bring that in now, third eye, crown, and if you wish to go to the higher chakras, It's not essential because the energy is streaming down from the cosmos. What is essential is the below chakras, because we are really ascending to descend. So the emphasis of coming into the earth is like super important, because everybody thinks ascending is going up that way. It's not. We're ascending in the physical body. So it's about physicality, right? And it's about Gaia. So now imagine every single chakra in the upright position in all of those energy centers, right? And you're going to get a bit of a rush when you do this now. So what you're going to do is now you're going to call on your highest guidance, your highest frequencies, and you're going to just call in like your protection, which you're protected anyway. And you're going to ask for the cosmos. A lot of the time, Sirius comes in, the star Sirius above my head. I can feel her now because I'm very connected to Sirius, because I'm primarily Syrian, even though I'm Andromedan and we're all of the things. You'll have a more developed connection with the star system. Maybe that's Arcturus, maybe that's the Hathors, you know what I mean? So just go with your guidance. This is just, and it may just be cosmos light. It may just be that. So anyway, the highest light is now going to come through you. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hold this in the locked position. Because remember, this is locked and loaded. This is grounded. This is stable. Then simultaneously, all at the same time, you're going to turn your ankhs to face upward. And you're going to call to the cosmos. And you're going to say, I am open to receive. Please bring forth your highest guidance, your highest frequency, the highest codes of what I need in this very moment. And you will feel the stream of consciousness coming all the way down through the ankhs, through the ankhs, through the ankhs, through the ankhs. And just close your eyes and just feel it pouring in all the way to the Earth Star. And it's like I say, you'll feel yourself being filled up like a drink of water, like a glass of water, all the way up. And you will just feel when the transmission is done. You'll just know. And then when you feel that you're tippy top, then take a breath. And then you consciously turn all of your ankhs that way. And you'll feel like I just felt it in my solar plexus. You'll feel a locked and loaded coming in, and it will go boom, boom. And you'll feel yourself grounded. Take some breaths in all the way into the Earth Star to bring your energy in. And then you're good to go. So where that is super, super powerful is when you're walking in the temples with me. We will do that because sometimes the gods, it's not really welcome that any other spiritual groups or energies can come into Egypt, even though we do that. But it's like they don't really take lightly to us coming over there and doing energy work. But we move and we shake and we shift and we kind of just move about the place, get the mission done. Very much the Indiana Jones experience, as I call it. But when we can't, because you're not allowed to hold hands or sing in public or anything like that, because it just won't be allowed. So how else do you download the temple codes? And how else do you, and it's not just about the temple codes given to you, whatever you need to receive. It's also about you being open. Remember, you're a great pyramid. You're a receiver and a transmitter. So you may be receiving stuff for yourself to put into the grid where you stand, but then also know that as that happens, you're going to be receiving from the ground up to send up to the cosmos. So there's this two-way street going on. But I think more specifically, even in your meditations, working with this ankh just to receive what you need, because it's a beautiful way to not let the head get involved. So you could actually sit there and just say to spirit, I am open to receive, after giving your gratitude and everything like that at your altars, I am open to receive the guidance that I need right now. So just allow yourself to be put in. It may be healing. It's whatever your higher self knows that you need. And by just trusting the frequency and working with the ankh, you are stepping out of the mind of going, please, can you help me with this situation? Because you're already a little bit locked into the mental body. But by just receiving what is for your highest good, you have no involvement in that because it's for your highest good. So it's all good, right? So that's kind of like what the ankh technology for me has done for me. So it's a power tool to work in the moment when you're sacred sighting it and you're being a grid keeper. And it's a powerful way to allow your higher self to lead. Just recently done a lot of sharing on that. June for me is all about letting your higher self lead, about letting go and just receiving without getting blocked and tripped up by the mind or any other distortions. So that, my dears, is the ankh technology. So from me and my sacred ankh, okay, I hope this makes some sense. Now, I'm also going to upload the meditation that I recorded for my groups before we step onto the land. And that's a real in-depth tutorial meditation. Once you've run it through your being once, you can just do it you could probably just do it from this video, but let me just share you the meditation anyway. It will be in a Get Activated playlist, but I'll also put it at the end of the temple tutorials as well. So enjoy, play, enjoy, receive. And yeah, who knows? Maybe there's quite a few of you that I'm sharing this with you right now because I'm already preparing you for Egypt, and you might not know that you're walking with me next May. And as always, I put my call out to Spirit because the Tablets of Light tour is not something that I bring forth through the Marie Show. It isn't. I know that there is a mission already. I'm open to Spirit. I'm already doing my work and everything like that for the guidance of the star seeds that will be next to come and the next mission. So that last mission I just did was turning on the Tablets of Light. And I needed those specific starseed family members that all turned up. Blessings, you know who you are. They turned up to help me with that mission. So now that's exactly what the next tour for next year will be. And bearing in mind, this is the year of transformation. So next year we'll be on a different timeline, and there'll be another mission to do, which is going to be more about in the manifesting into the physicality. So what, if you are really connected to Egypt, where does that land in your energy field? When, and I say not if, when is your time to go to Egypt to go and complete on the work that you left off on? Because Egypt is always the continuation. And I've said it before in another video I've shared, or I will be sharing, the continuation is, I believe that we have a very, very powerful mission that we left all those times ago and we got taken out. And we got blindsided, and where we are right now is picking up where we left off. So what is your continuation of that past life that you kind of got stopped? That's okay. Took a bit of a breather. Now you're coming back in 2024 and beyond to pick up from where you left off to now continue the mission, because it's all about completion. It's all about the number 7. Period. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. It is completion for each and every one of us. Union is upon us. So where does that land for you? And, and does that land you in the temples with Marie? So let's hope so. So anyway, I'm going to let this land. Thank you for always receiving the magic and wisdom and being part of this beautiful family on YouTube. Love, 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 and so much light on this solstice. Peace.